Welcome back, everybody. Hot Mike rolling here on a busy and warm Wednesday, first day of October. I mentioned it's a Sheyenne Wednesday. Former Mustang Carter Menz going to join us in about a half hour after a standout performance for him as the Gophers beat Rutgers. Menz had a couple of TFLs and a sack in the win, so we'll chat with him coming up in our second hour. But it's a celebration going on at West Fargo Cheyenne today. The girls' golf team completed a dominant fall. They won every meet this year and then ended up winning state by about 100 shots yesterday at Fargo Country Club. That was impressive. Also added to it, for the first time, they have an individual state champion on the girls' golf side. Zoe Keene beat Rose Solberg in a playoff, a couple extra holes yesterday at FCC. And she joins us here this morning to chat about it. First off, congratulations. How has school been for the first couple hours today?
It's been pretty cool. They gave us an announcement over the intercom, so that was cool for everybody to hear.
All right, let's talk team before we talk about you. What was it this year that you guys played so well to win every single time?
It really showed in the summer. At every single summer tournament, I saw a Cheyenne bag there, and that's the summer's where you learn, and that's really where we got it from.
Was there something that just clicked, or when did you know, like, all right, we got a team here that's going to be tough to beat?
Well, after last year, we all knew coming into this year that we were going to do it, and we wanted to set records. We knew we could set records the whole year, and it was cool to do it at the last tournament.
Well, it's one thing to have, expectations. It's another thing to go and do it. So when was it the first couple meets in? When did you even realize that, all right, nobody's touching us this year?
Well, you take the top 4 scores, and I think out of our 6, we had a new person almost every tournament. We've taken everybody's score this year, which is really cool.
That's pretty deep. When you have that going on, just what's that mentality like? Like, all right, well, I don't need to play lights out because Peyton can play really well, or yourself can go and do it.
Yeah, well, everybody has somebody that'll pick up for them. So if I'm having a bad day, I know Peyton or Ava will get it for me, or Aubrey had a bad day the first day of the state tournament, and then the second day she came through and finished strong because she was the first starter, so that was really cool.
All right, I have to talk weather because I'm old. When you see the forecast that it's going to be 85 for state, are you like, because I know you guys have played when it's 40 out. What were we thinking? Like, you like that, or you like the colder temperatures?
Well, a few years, my first year, my 8th grade year, Coach Wolf, he told us that this would be at Edgewood. He said that was the only year that we were ever going to have the nicest day. But the past 2 years, it's been really nice, and that's really worked out for us.
You also saw the wind kicked up yesterday. When that was the case, how did you feel about? Do you like playing in the wind, or how much of a challenge does that add?
The wind was actually in my favor the last stretch of holes. I feel like it wasn't ever in a bad spot coming down 17 and 18. It was all downwind, so my drive went a little farther, and that really helped me out.
All right, so let's go through the round yesterday, and you start 4 shots back of Rose. What's your mentality when you're starting your round yesterday?
I just wanted to I wanted to catch her, and I feel like I was in the best position I could be. I was playing to win, and I just feel like when you're down, I feel like you have more of a chip on your shoulder, and you want to get to that point. So yeah.
So you felt unencumbered, like I got no pressure on me because everybody thinks that she's gonna win, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I had the fun spot. So.
So you're going out playing loose. When are you following where you're at? Like, are you being told in terms of where you were at with Rose?
Well, I always just feel like you keep a little mental note in the back of your head. So she doubled on the 4th hole on the par 3, and I had a tough up and down for par. Then I don't know, something about the 5th hole when I eagled on the front, that really gave me a lot of motivation.
We're watching how you played the 18th in regulation. Can you describe that, of what you did there to get up and down?
Wow, that was a real. I feel like that was kind of impressive. I'm impressed with myself on that hole. It was a little crosswind, and I chipped it up, and I thought it looked really good. The putt, I played it outside left, and I had a bunch of confidence going into that putt. So
So, doing you go to the playoff, and you got to go play 18 or over again. Is that describe that of going right back to the same hole that you just played so well?
um, I I love that hole. It's beautiful looking from the tee box, and my drive didn't look like it was in the best position, but once I got up there, it was better than any other place you could be. You're hitting down at the green into the wind, so there was no crosswind or anything. I was hitting straight into it and just got on the green and two putt.
So then you got to go and play 10 again. I know Rose came up short with her, so you're watching that. What's going through your mind when you see her come up short at 10?
I was more focused on my game. I just wanted to keep pushing through and getting through the playoff holes. It was more of a match play scenario.
Yeah.
At that point, it's not you're trying to do this. You're just trying to make par and keep going and stuff like that.
So you get close. We just watched it. The final putt goes in. Your teammates come out and mob you. What was your reaction? What's going through your mind after that?
Oh, everything is going through my mind on that. I'm so proud of my team and how we finished because last year we didn't finish the best, and how everybody had the right mentality going into yesterday was just so impressive.
I got a couple of photos sent to me of the amount of people that were watching the final few holes. Can you describe
Yeah.
that? I mean, you play golf all the time, but that's got to be how was it nerve-wracking the last 4 holes?
I actually really enjoyed it.
Mm.
It's cool playing in front of that many people, and like once you hit a good shot, you'll hear the crowd start cheering, and because on 10 it's a blind tee shot,
Yep.
so I didn't know where it ended up, and I heard everybody cheering once it hit the fairway. So
Do you talk to your round? Were you and Rose talking or no? It was like, you know what, man, this game face, I can't break concentration here.
well, we both thought it was really cool to both get the opportunity to play in that, especially for our last year ever. And to play against her is really, I take that as an accomplishment for me. She's such a good person and good golfer, and I really respect her. So we both thought that was a great opportunity.
You shot 69 yesterday. If I would have told you that before you teed off, would you have believed me that you had that in you?
No, I don't know if I would have believed you, but I'd have been pretty impressed.
So we got a couple shots as well, Zoe, after the celebration, and I'm really interested about that. Your mom and dad out there, your family. Can you describe what that moment was like and the hugs afterwards?
My family is such a big supporter for me. Every single person, even my distant relatives, they all show up every single time. They call the extra week in advance to get cards so they could come out there. I always have. I wasn't really nervous for the big crowds because I'm so used to my entire family being there and all that. So
Did you describe your emotions? Just was it more excited, joy? Where were you at in terms afterwards with all the hugs you got?
I was crying, but I was so overwhelmed. It's exciting because you want to win individually, but once it's with the team, there's something different about that, and that's the feeling that I wanted all year was just to finish it with my team, as we're all best friends, and it's that's what I wanted.
First individual state champion golfer at Cheyenne. When I say that, what's that mean to you?
That means everything. I've put in so much time to this sport, and to see it finally pay off it's still unreal that I finished like that.
Did you celebrate last? I know it's a school night. Did you celebrate last night or no?
Yeah. Yeah, we celebrated with my team last night. We do a lot of other sports. We're learning a few other sports right now, so hit the pickleball court.
Tell me about Coach Wolf. He's been doing it for so long. What does he mean to you and to your team?
He means everything to us. He's such a good coach, and he's more of he doesn't walk you through the shots as much. He keeps my mental side really. The last few holes he walked with me, and he just kept me in check. There was maybe 2 times he gave me advice for a shot, but he really kept me focused and stuff like that.
We had a shot during the round yesterday. It was so windy, it blew your hat off. I mean, at that point, you just like, all right, well, let's go. Did that break your mental focus, or just describe that?
It really did. It did break my mental focus. I'm kind of disappointed in that aspect of breaking my mental focus, but right when I walked off the green, Canola and Wolf were there, and they just turned it right back around, forgot about it, and then knew I was down one, headed into the 18th. So,
Well, but honestly, at that, you just got to, you know what? It's Fargo. It comes with the territory, right?
that was really unfortunate timing.
I have to ask, I know you've been offered to play basketball as well at Concordia. What's the sport? I mean, is it golf, hoops? Have you decided yet?
I haven't made a decision yet. I have an idea in my head where I'm leaning, but no decisions have been made yet.
Did yesterday sway that in any way?
I don't know. It's close.
To have this done, when do you think it will sink in of what you and your team accomplished?
It's gonna take a few weeks. I'm still in awe that yesterday happened. So
That moment you guys got the trophy, handed with the placard, can you take us through that, what that moment was like? Not just for you individually, but to have your teammates there too, that you guys won.
well, after last year, this is all we wanted. We wanted the number one trophy handed to us this year, and once it was, we were just so excited.
All right, I do this with every golfer I have on the show. If you had to play one hole with one club, what's the club you're going to use?
I'd probably use my 7-iron.
Yeah, that's the one?
Yeah, my 7-iron.
Have you ever putted with your 7-iron? Have you done that before?
I have, yeah.
How'd that go?
That was pretty good.
Was that out of necessity or you're just having fun?
No, I was just having fun.
Is there tell me about FCC, Fargo Country Club, and you mentioned how much you love a couple of the holes there. Is that one of your favorites? Which one is I guess around here, which one's your favorite course to play?
I do. I really like Fargo Country Club, and this year they kept it in really good shape. So shout out to them because it was in really good shape for this state tournament. But all the courses around here have been pretty good. Oxbow's in really good condition too. But yeah, they did really good for Fargo Country Club this year.
I have to. Last thing, everyone was watching the Ryder Cup this past weekend match play. You lived that out. How is that more nerve-wracking than just playing individually and looking to, hey, where's my team score at? Can you describe that?
Well, before the round, Peyton was like, that's all she referred to as the Ryder Cup. She's like, guys, we watched what the U.S. did this year. We can go do that. We can go do that. So when I was in that final moment and I saw Peyton, I was like, I'm going to do this for Peyton and relive her pre-round things. So
that's fantastic. Zoe, thanks so much for doing this. Congratulations. You got to go back to class now. Thanks so much for this. Congrats. Enjoy it, and we'll talk soon, okay?
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Zoe Keene joining us from West Fargo, Cheyenne. First individual state golf champ yesterday, winning that at Fargo Country Club in a playoff on the second hole, beating Fargo Davies' Rose Solberg. That's no easy task. Rose, we all know, is going to go play her golf collegiately next year at the University of Minnesota. We've seen her. We saw her this summer at the Red River Am. I think she finished 6th at the River Am. I think one day she had the low round of the day. That is no easy feat. And you saw the highlights there of how Zoe played 18 in regulation to get it to a playoff, then played 18 again, and then nearly holed out for birdie at the 10th is so hard. The 10th hole over there is a blind, like she said, a blind tee shot, goes down into a valley there. I mean, the pros, most of the time, they drive the green or pretty darn close to it from the old days of the Bobcat when it was there. That is such a difficult hole. And have that be the two playoff holes, because 18 and 10 are right next to one another for those that aren't familiar with the golf course. That added to plenty of the drama there. But congratulations to Zoe. That's awesome stuff. And there's your first fall state tournament in the books with girls golf. Next up, we've got tennis and then soccer, and then we're off and rolling with football and volleyball to follow after that. Appreciate her time. And congrats to Coach Wolf. We've had Dan on several times, one of our all-time favorite interviews, and this is awfully impressive. To go and win every single meet. And what Zoe mentioned, they did not win state last year. They had a dominant year and didn't cap it off, and they did it here and won by 45 shots over Mandan. Awfully impressive. Congratulations to them. We'll break. We come back. We'll wrap up our first hour. Our Cheyenne hour will continue. Carter Men's coming up. in hour number 2. Back on this Wednesday morning edition of Hot Mic right after this.